Welcome back to Nourish Garden, where we explore nature's quiet power to heal. It begins with something ordinary, a morning ritual we've all done 1,000 times. A spoon dips into sugar and stirs it into coffee. Sweetness blooms, warmth fills the cup, and for a moment, it feels like comfort. But deep inside the body, another story begins, one that millions live without realizing. Sugar doesn't just taste good. It whispers. It hides. It teaches your body to crave what exhausts it. Behind every healthy cereal, every low-fat yogurt, every sauce that claims to be natural, there's a silent current of sweetness that never stops flowing. And day after day, that current wears down the body's rhythm, the one meant to keep your energy steady, your mind clear, and your heart calm. Soon, tiredness becomes familiar. Focus fades. You find yourself yawning after lunch, reaching for another coffee, another bite of something sweet. Not because you're weak, but because your cells are confused. They no longer hear the signal that says, "Enough. It's not your fault. It's not even the sugar's fault. It's a world that forgot the balance nature designed for us, where food once gave energy that lasted, not highs that crash. But somewhere deep within, your body remembers. It remembers what steady feels like. It remembers real food, the warmth of cinnamon, the bitterness of melon, the calm that comes after a meal made of life. Not labels. This is where our story begins. Not with guilt, but with awareness. Not with restriction, but with renewal. Because you can break free from sugar's silent control. You can teach your body to listen again. And the first step is simply to remember what nature has always known. Sugar is energy, quick, instant, bright. The body was designed to handle small bursts of it, the way we once found sweetness in a piece of fruit or honey after a long day's work. But in the modern world, sweetness never ends. It floods our meals from morning to night, turning what was once rare into a constant storm. When you eat, sugar enters your bloodstream, and your pancreas releases a hormone called insulin, the key that unlocks your cells, letting energy flow in. For a while, this system works perfectly. You eat, you move, you live. But when sugar keeps arriving, day after day, meal after meal, the body begins to drown in its own abundance. Imagine watering a plant every hour. At first it grows, but soon its roots sit in too much water. They suffocate. The same happens inside your body. Your cells, bathed in constant sugar, start to resist insulin's knock. The doors stay closed, the sugar floats outside, and your pancreas grows desperate, releasing more and more insulin to be heard. This quiet rebellion is called insulin resistance. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't announce itself. It simply changes how you feel. The steady energy you once had turns into sharp highs and deep lows. After eating, you feel heavy, foggy, tired. Hunger returns quickly, even when you've just eaten. Over time, this imbalance wears down the very organ trying to protect you, the pancreas. It's as if your body's messenger keeps shouting into a storm. The voice fades, and so does your ability to use the sugar that once fueled life. Yet even in this chaos, there's hope. Because the body never stops trying to heal. It's constantly sending signals, gentle ones, asking for balance again. A slower meal, a steadier rhythm, a breath between bites. And if we learn to listen, we'll discover that nature already provides the tools to answer. When balance is lost, nature quietly extends her hand. She doesn't promise miracles overnight, only a slow return, a remembering of how the body once felt when every meal gave life, not exhaustion. Her language is simple. Plants, roots, seeds, and leaves, the oldest healers we've ever known. Take cinnamon, for example. A humble spice, warm and familiar, yet within it lies the power to teach your cells to listen again. Cinnamon helps them recognize insulin's signal, allowing energy to flow smoothly instead of getting trapped in the blood. Each sprinkle is like a whisper reminding your body, you still know how to balance. Then there's bitter melon, the strange, ridged fruit often ignored in modern kitchens. Its taste is sharp, a reminder that not all healing is sweet. Inside, it carries compounds that act much like insulin itself, guiding sugar out of the blood and into the cells where it belongs. Ancient traditions knew this long before laboratories confirmed it. Chia seeds tell another story, one of patience. Tiny, almost weightless, yet they swell with life when soaked. Rich in fiber, they slow down digestion, preventing the sugar rush that leaves you dizzy hours later. They turn meals into steady energy, helping your body breathe between bites. Leafy greens, vibrant and humble, calm the metabolism. Their magnesium and chlorophyll soothe the nervous system and steady blood sugar naturally. Each leaf absorbs sunlight and turns it into healing chemistry. And when you eat them, that light becomes part of you. Finally, legumes, lentils, beans, peas, quiet, grounding, nourishing. They release energy slowly, reducing cravings and keeping you full longer. They remind your body that food can satisfy without overstimulating. When these foods come together, bitter and sweet, dense and light, they create a natural rhythm inside you. The body begins to trust again. Cravings fade, energy evens out. You no longer chase comfort in sweetness because comfort has already returned. In the warmth of real food, the calm of steady blood sugar, and the quiet joy of feeling whole again. For centuries, traditional healers spoke of balance, of herbs and foods that could cool the blood or restore sweetness to its rightful place. Today, science finally has the language to explain why those ancient instincts worked. The bridge between old wisdom and modern research is growing stronger every year. Studies from the National Institutes of Health and Harvard Medical School reveal that cinnamon can reduce fasting blood glucose by improving insulin sensitivity, helping the body use sugar more efficiently. It's not magic, it's molecular memory. Cinnamon activates receptors in your cells, allowing insulin to knock more effectively on the door that once stayed shut. Research on bitter melon tells a similar story. Its compounds mimic insulin's structure, increasing glucose uptake and lowering blood sugar naturally. In regions where bitter melon is a regular part of meals, rates of insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome are noticeably lower. Chia seeds, rich in soluble fiber, have been shown to slow carbohydrate absorption and improve satiety, a key defense against cravings and overeating. Meanwhile, leafy greens and legumes provide magnesium, folate, and plant-based proteins that stabilize blood sugar and reduce inflammation, the quiet damage that drives diabetes forward. Each of these findings, taken alone, may seem small, but together they reveal a profound truth. Nature doesn't work in isolation. Its medicines are meant to cooperate, not dominate. The human body thrives not when it's forced into submission, but when it's supported into balance. Science confirms what nature has always whispered. Food isn't just fuel, it's instruction. Every bite tells your cells what to do: to store, to release, to heal, to rebuild. And when you choose cinnamon over syrup, greens over processed grains, your body listens. Real healing doesn't arrive with a headline or a pill. It unfolds quietly, meal by meal, molecule by molecule, until one day the numbers change. But more importantly, you change. Healing begins not in the lab or clinic, but in the kitchen, in the quiet rituals that fill our mornings, afternoons, and evenings. Change doesn't demand perfection. It begins with awareness, with one honest meal at a time. Start your morning slowly. Instead of sweetened coffee or juice, squeeze half a lemon into warm water. A simple ritual that wakes digestion gently. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon to your oatmeal or smoothie. Its warmth not only enhances flavor, but helps your body wake up without the crash that follows sugar. At lunch, think color and texture. A plate of leafy greens, spinach, kale, or watercress, paired with lentils or chickpeas, becomes more than food. It's a conversation with your cells. The fiber steadies glucose, the magnesium soothes stress, and the natural proteins keep hunger calm. In the evening, replace heavy desserts or late-night snacks with something grounding, a bowl of warm, bitter melon soup, or herbal tea steeped with cinnamon and mint. These quiet choices restore your body's rhythm, letting insulin levels fall as you rest. Healing is not about cutting everything out. It's about bringing life back in. When meals are built around whole, living ingredients, your cravings soften. You begin to taste natural sweetness again, the one hidden in roasted vegetables, ripe fruit, or even a simple cup of tea. And between these meals, take moments to pause. Breathe. Feel hunger return and fade naturally. Listen to the quiet signals your body has always known how to send. This mindfulness is its own medicine, reminding you that balance isn't a destination, but a rhythm that's been waiting to return. By the end of the week, you won't just see numbers improving, you'll feel steadier. Your mornings will begin with energy, not anxiety. You'll crave movement instead of sugar. And the kitchen, once a battlefield, will feel like home again. Her name is Mai. At 45, she had built a steady life. Long workdays, quick lunches, quiet evenings. She wasn't unhealthy, or so she thought. But fatigue crept in slowly, the kind that sleep couldn't fix. Her hands trembled when she skipped a meal, her focus scattered by mid-afternoon. One morning, her doctor said the words she never expected to hear. Early-stage type 2 diabetes. For weeks, fear guided her choices. She counted calories, skipped desserts, and read every label like a warning. Yet, no matter how much she tried to avoid sugar, her energy kept collapsing. Until one day, standing in a local market, she saw an elderly woman selling bitter melon and fresh greens. "Good for the blood," the woman smiled. It felt old-fashioned, but something in Mai softened. She bought a few. That evening, she sliced bitter melon thin, cooked it with garlic and olive oil, and tasted its sharp bitterness. It wasn't pleasant, not at first, but it was honest. Over the next weeks, she began replacing packaged snacks with small bowls of chia pudding, adding cinnamon to her tea, and making lentil soup on weekends. The sweetness she once craved began to fade, replaced by calm energy that carried her through the day. She started walking after dinner, not as exercise, but as reflection. Her blood sugar numbers began to fall, but what changed most was her relationship with food. Meals stopped being a struggle and became a ritual, a way to thank her body, not punish it. Months later, her checkup told the story she already felt. Her sugar levels had normalized, her fatigue lifted. But more than that, her face carried light again. Not the light of perfection, but of peace. Mai's journey wasn't about control. It was about remembrance. She didn't fight her body. She listened to it. And in that quiet listening, she found what modern life had made her forget. That healing doesn't demand punishment, only patience. Sugar is not the villain. It's simply a messenger, showing us where life has drifted out of rhythm. The real problem is disconnection, from our food, from our body, from the natural pace of nourishment that once guided every meal. When we eat in a hurry, when sweetness replaces satisfaction, when our days are filled with processed comfort, our bodies forget their music. But the moment we return to real food, cinnamon's warmth, the earthy calm of legumes, the green stillness of leafy vegetables, that music begins again. The truth is simple. Your body isn't broken. It's waiting for kindness instead of control, for balance instead of extremes. The same body that once stored too much sugar can, with patience, learn to release it. Every cell can heal when given what it recognizes: food grown by sun and soil, not factories and fear. So begin gently. Replace one processed item with something whole. Brew tea instead of soda. Add one living ingredient to your plate. These are not small steps. They are acts of memory, reminders of the harmony that built you. And when you do, something subtle begins to shift. Your energy steadies, your mind clears, your cravings fade. You feel lighter, not just in body, but in spirit. Because healing, at its heart, isn't about cutting things out. It's about letting truth back in. You can break free from sugar's silent control. You can renew your body's trust. You can return to balance. One mindful, living meal at a time. Let nature reset your sugar story. In the end, healing from sugar isn't about deprivation. It's about remembering. Your body already knows how to restore balance. It only needs your cooperation. Through cinnamon, bitter melon, and the quiet power of natural food, you can awaken the energy that's been asleep inside you. Start small, stay patient, and let every meal remind you that nature has always known the way home.